season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Hawkeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Oregon's offense will have the ball first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We just need to see what they do today.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. To the ground with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Quickly to the tight end. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep him covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to score.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back can get some positive yards.
3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football, because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the 1st down, get it out of my hand, get the 1st down.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass.
Just keeps moving. Touchdown, Oregon. He shed tackles right and left and housed it.
You love as a head coach to watch. Take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it up with a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will go to work for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today, protect him, keep him upright, let him get some cover.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Going right to work up top. They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. 4th and short, ball right at midfield. It at least crossed my mind. Maybe they'll try to draw him offside.
It might have crossed your mind, but did it ever cross your mind not to go for this?
No. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
They feed him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Bond. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Bond. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Bond. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They're dealing with a second and long. Fakes the grab. Turning it on. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. And the Hawkeyes are on the move. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. And the Hawkeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Just a short pass to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Almost had... Just missed it.
You just got to have better concentration if you're the wide receiver. I know it feels like a routine completion. You still got to get 2 hands on the ball and look it in. That's a bad drop.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Luck. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick release on the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. On target. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll move. It's good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. And the Ducks will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They're going to open this drive with a pass. A little screen to the running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Takes it on the return. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pulls it in. It's Hill. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Wants to go up top on 1st down. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the 2nd half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He'll pull it down and run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Snagged out of the air. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got his man across the middle. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
It's complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Lofts one high and deep. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play in this half. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene.
The Ducks will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Iowa has the ball back on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agreed.
There he goes. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. And the Hawkeyes are in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be and nowhere to run.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down on this one, and they're just... a ton of intensity.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Great place to start for this offense. Fires to the right. Got his man! And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. The run from the shotgun. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. Corralled and brought down by the defense. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run the option. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Right on the money. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Hawkeyes want to crank the tempo.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Catch in the middle, it's Bond. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Gets open down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Gonna look downfield again. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Kept it, and he's past the marker. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Hawkeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Tries again to get it in. And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be third down.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
On third and goal, they'll throw it. Just threw that one way.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. Fourth down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. The toss to the outside. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
The give to the tailback.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting your back downhill, not going backwards.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Here's the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
And it